today we're going to be going over the difference between proportional and non-proportional. So at the top of your star chart, we're talking about non-proportional right here and proportional right here. And we go over it every single day on our star chart. Who can tell me the biggest difference between proportional and non-proportional? One goes through the origin. What does that mean? When you're on a graph, it passes through 0, 0, and the other one doesn't. Which one passes through 0, 0? Proportional. Tell me on an equation, what do we say every day? If it has a plus b, it's non-proportional. So that's kind of what we're looking at today, is the difference between these two things. So if you look at your notes, everything on the left side of the paper is going to represent a proportional situation, and everything on the right side of the paper is going to be the opposite. So like this is going to be a proportional graph on the left. This is going to be a non-proportional graph on the right. So we're just going to briefly talk about this. Please pay attention. Whatever you're doing, please stop. And let's all get together and pay attention right now. All right. So like we just said, a proportional graph will always be a straight line that passes through the origin. What is the origin? 0, 0. So everybody look. It's going to pass through where the x and y axis touch. Now, it doesn't matter about the slope. It can be a positive slope, it can be a negative slope. It's just a straight line that passes through 0. Where a non-proportional graph will do what? It will not pass through 0, 0. So does everybody see 0, 0? It's not passing through there. It is that simple. All right, how about on a table? Well, a proportional table, when you have 0, you will have what? 0, 0. Why? Because on a graph, it passes through 0, 0. So if it has it, it has to have 0, 0. Okay? That doesn't mean it will have it. It might not have it at all. You just can't see it. Now, if you can't tell by this, then you do what? You divide y divided by x, and you'll get the same answer for the whole table. So, for example, what is 6 divided by 2? 3. What is 12 divided by 4? Do y'all see what I'm doing? Y divided by x. 3. What is 18 divided by 6? 3. So, on a proportional table, when you divide y divided by x, you will get the same answer for every single coordinate. Except the zeros, like obviously leave those out. However, on a non-proportional table, if you have 0, it will not be 0, 0. It will be 0 with another number. Just like this, it's passing through 0, 3 here. Okay? If you divide, you will not get a constant for the table. So let's divide. What's 10 divided by 2? 5. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. There is no constant, meaning when you divide, you're going to get a different answer every time. Any questions on how to tell if a table is proportional or not? Super, super easy. Literally just divide. If you get the same answer, it's proportional. If you don't, it's not. Okay, how about a situation? Y'all know this. I know y'all know this because we do it every day. A proportional equation must be in the form of y equals kx. What's it not going to have? It will have no plus or minus b. So let's write an equation that's proportional. It says a balloon rises at a rate of 10 feet per second. How would I write that? Y equals 10x. Why is this proportional? Because there is no plus b. This means if I graph it, it's going to pass through 0, 0. However, if it's non-proportional, it will have a plus or minus b. So this one takes that same problem and changes it a little bit. It says a balloon is released from a 15-foot platform and rises at a rate of 10 feet per second. How would I write this equation? Y equals 10x plus 15. This 15 is basically saying if I graphed it, it's going to pass through the y-axis at 15, not at 0. Do y'all see the difference between proportional and non? All right, flip to the back. Now we're going to talk about proportional situations, which are also known as direct variation. Remember, this is on your star chart right here where it says direct variation. So what do you think we're about to do? We're going to make a box because it says the words varies directly. So here we go. Direct variation is proportional. It means you can always set up proportional ratios and cross multiply and divide. All right, so let's go do it. It says when y is 20, x is 35, if the value of y varies directly. Guys, this is what it's going to say on your STAR test. The minute you see varies directly, go like this. Then you're going to put what they're talking about over here. If they're talking about apples and oranges, then you put apples and oranges. But what are we talking about? Y and X. They might not talk about Y and X on the STAR test. I don't know. If they're talking about baskets and berries, what do you put? Baskets and berries. And it doesn't matter which one goes on top. Okay? I would like y'all to be in the habit of Y over X because when we do Y over X for everything else, Y has to go on top. Okay, so here we go. Where's this 20 going to go? What does it say? Y is 20, so where is it going to go? On the top with my Y. When X is 35, so where does that go? Right here. It says, what is Y? So that's my unknown, my missing number, when X is 15. So that has to go here. Once I have this set up, I cross multiply the two numbers that are across from each other and divide by the leftover number. All right, so 20 times 15, hit enter, and then divide by 35. What's the answer? 8.57 if I round. Okay, I'm going to give you about a minute to set the next one up on your own and see if you can set it up correctly. Look at my box real quick and make sure you just set it up correctly. Yes or no? All right, so when we cross multiply, we're just going to use our alpha y equals button since they're fractions. Yes? So I'm going to go 12 times alpha y equals option 2, 2 and 9/5. Enter. Leave it alone. Divided by alpha y equals 3/5. And the answer was 76. Now, what if your answer is a decimal, but the answers on the test are fractions? What do? Turn it into a fraction. Okay, your calculator will do all of that for you. Okay, also, before we stop guys, I need you to listen. I want to mention something to you. When you're writing equations to see if they have a plus b or minus b, there are times there will be two numbers and it will still be proportional. So stop and listen. I'm going to write something back here. If I say that I'm selling bananas, okay, so I'm selling bananas and they cost, I don't know how much bananas cost, 79 cents per pound. And then I say it cost 10 cents per pound to ship them. Would this be proportional or non-proportional?
Non-proportional.
Usually if there's two numbers, it's non-proportional, right? But what do both of these say? This says per pound and this says per pound. So how much am I actually paying to ship a banana? 89 cents per pound. Do y'all see what I'm saying? So if there's two numbers, but they both say per pound, or per night, that is proportional, because you would just add them together because they all go together. Does everybody understand that right there? Okay, log into the Google Classroom. Make sure you write your answers down, A, B, C, or D. Guys, listen, number 13, if y'all would, don't write it on the back so I don't have to flip your paper over. Just write it at the very bottom. Got it?